side. Now you're standing right in front of me. You were always in the back of my mind. Now you're standing right in front of me. You were always on the other side. Now I'm searching for the air to breathe. You were always in the back of my mind. Always knew you were the enemy.
Doesn't the cactus flower need time to bloom? I think I found you in a cartoon with a crooked hat and face like a moon. You share your flowers with all around. I look at you because you seem found. Close your eyes, hear that sound. There's a pile of sweaters filled with holes, and empty cabinets filled with prose. The world's pretty, but the sky's too loud. Can't read signs and my brain's a cloud. I'm holding paper flowers, unlighting melted candles, and sipping day-old coffee from mugs that don't belong to me.
Not much time, gotta press my luck. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Living my life, gonna call your bluff. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Not much time, gotta press my luck. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Living my life, gonna call your bluff. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Not much time, gotta press my luck. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Living my life, gonna call your bluff. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Not much time, gotta press my luck. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Living my life, gonna call your bluff. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Not much time, gotta press my luck. Run it up, run it up, run it up. I'm searching for you. Run it up, run it up, run it up. You were always in the back of my mind. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Always living my life.
Flying high, gliding by, resting on the cloud, whispering through the sky. I made this shit for you and I'm living by that do or die. Do you wanna ride in a caddy and chop it up? I got the sauce, just need the bread so I can sop it up. Say it ain't easy just to pocket up, cause we ain't pocket enough, nah. Fly your way on my Zephyr to a whole new sector with a whole new spectrum where the words get collected in
I would like to be traded to any other team but the New England Patriots.
Big brain predictions. That's what I got.
Take it off, sir.
The Washington football team beat the Steelers.
Right.
And that person.
EDP.
Yes, but if you lose this game, I firmly believe we do not need to make playoffs. So
Don't you ever disrespect
Hello, welcome all to the best show ever. I'm your wonderful host, Shaquille Brown.
And I am your great co-host here, Jalen Brown.
Yes, and we got a wonderful guest here with us for another week. Wonderful boy Nestor here.
What's up, guys?
He's here, greeting us with his presence again. We always enjoy his presence here on our show.
2 weeks in a row, baby.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You can't get more consistent than that.
It was either this or the Joe Rogan podcast. I chose this.
Like everyone else should. Everybody go ahead and migrate over. This is AFR after further review. You're on YouTube under Melham's Media with a bundle of other shows. Of course, we are the best, but you know,
damn right.
That's where you are. You can follow us on just about every streaming network there is. After the live show, this show slithers on in, so you can watch it at your own leisure. So,
correct.
Anything else to add?
No, I don't have anything to add there. How has your week been, Shaq?
Eventful. This night has been eventful. Yep. But no need about mine. What about you? Any eventful things happen for y'all this week?
No. Just look forward to this show every week.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go to sleep and I just can't wait.
Just like the viewers. 'Cause I know that's how it is for y'all.
Exactly. Well, I guess we should slither on into our first topic of the week, or new topic, shot clock.
Yes.
So you go ahead, ask 5 questions. You got, we're going to give you 24 seconds to answer this wonderful, delightful question. If you get it wrong, you have to get a shot. But if you get it right, the questionnaire, will have to take a shot. And this week, I will be asking the questions.
Yes. If you guys would like to see a little bit of reference, feel free to go back to last episode 43.
Mm-hmm.
See Shaq. He was on the receiving end of the questions.
Oh, boy. This
did
week
not go well.
My goal is that I can just make Mr. Brown take at least one shot. I'm happy. I'm satisfied with my week. So we're going to go ahead and slide in this wonderful topic of the week. Slide out my questions here.
Yes.
So I'm going to slide in number 1 question. You ready?
I am. I'm ready to hit this clock.
Okay. Question number 1. Feel free to jump in this there and help infuse this thing. What college did Ben Roethlisberger attend before entering the league?
Oh, man. He went to the HCC, as far as I know. Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, I probably should have started that. Mm-hmm. Oh, he went to some little school. I don't know. Tennessee State. I have no idea.
No. What about Miami?
Oh, he went to. I didn't know he went to. Might have to do some. Jesus. All right, folks. This is number 1. This is Captain, by the way. Shaq was doing smearing off last week. You gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah. Start from the bottom. Getting up at the bottom of this base.
Captain working is disgusting.
Gather yourself. Let me know when you're ready for question number 2 in this wonderful game.
All right. Question 2.
Question 2. This is about your homeboy. What was Tom Brady's pick in his draft?
199.
Oh, you are on the spot with that one. You remember that one.
Let's go. That's all yours.
I could, initially I had to look up this question. It's like I knew he was low as hell in his draft, but I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, last round, last pick.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that bottle stays on that side of this desk and does not make its way back over here.
This is probably gonna stay over here. What was the Who was the MVP of the last Super Bowl?
This year?
Yeah, this past Super Bowl.
Tom Brady?
Yes. I knew I had to give you a couple of giveaway questions. I'm gonna go ahead and just.
Well, the good news is you can't take 5. It's no longer possible.
Yes.
What we're on now? What, 3 or 4?
We're on 4.
Okay, all right.
This is the question that I said, what was the name of the Buck Stadium before it was known as Raymond J. Stadium?
Tampa Stadium, right?
We did this on the show a while back during the Super Bowl.
We did. It was the big sombrero.
Fuck's sake, it was the big sombrero.
Let's go.
Go ahead and
good thinking.
Instead of shot in us, instead of shot at one. What quarterback has the most rushing yards of all time out of all quarterbacks?
Oh man, of all time, I'm pretty sure it's between two. I probably should start this damn clock. I'm gonna just go with the safe option and say it was Michael Vick.
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
My bonus question was who has the second most?
Is it Lamar?
It is not Lamar.
Oh, I was gonna say Lamar is my number one, but thank God I didn't.
It's your boy Cam Newton has the second most rushing yards of all quarterbacks.
I would not have guessed that one.
Yes.
Well, folks, that was a successful.
Stomach is not already grinning.
It's like, what the hell are you doing?
It's like, yo.
Wrong one.
You don't quit fucking around.
Okay. Whew. Thank God. That was a bullet dodged on my end.
Your end. Okay.
Not all of us can say that right now.
I'm glad Nestor was smart enough to dodge all these shots altogether.
Yeah, that's just that I'm not a part of this.
Yes. I guess we'll migrate to our next topic of the night, which is going to be our top five. So we're going to do top five defensive players this week.
Yes, sir. Top five defensive players. This is our second to last top five for the NFL. We've done everything up besides quarterbacks, which we'll do next week. So defensive players. So obviously this is not contained to just like cornerbacks and linebackers.
Defensive linemen, safeties,
right.
Linebackers, corners.
It is just all out amongst everybody on defense who are our top five. So we're going to start at number 5 and then work our way to number 1. I'll kick it off. I went with Green Bay's Jair Alexander, cornerback. He surprisingly, or maybe quietly, had the highest tight window percentage, which is a stat that tracks if there's less than 1 yard of separation between a quarterback and a receiver, when the ball is on its way to the receiver, they count that as a tight window. So he had led the NFL in that stat. So 42.3% of the time he was on somebody's ass. So also had 600 snaps, played 600 snaps, and only allowed 353 receiving yards, which is ridiculous to think about because I feel like there's some cornerbacks that allow that in like 2 games. So I have to go with Jair Alexander. Has a promising future. Has not been in the league that long. I think he's definitely the best defensive player on the Packers, and is not to be messed with if you're in the NFC. So I went with Jair.
My number 5. This is for you, Morgan. I went with Chase Young as my number 5 when it comes to.
Morgan is applauding somewhere.
I'm about to say it was hard for me to put him in there, but I knew if I put him in somewhere, it was gonna be number 5. So Chase Young, a big reason I feel like they made it as far as they did on their team.
Yes, without a doubt.
Exactly. The best defense, the best offense, and his man came through and did what he did for his sorry ass team. So, congrats to you, Chase Young.
He was my number 4. I'll just segue right into that. Outstanding young talent that Washington has. Clearly, their brightest spot on the whole team is that young man right there. 7.5 sacks last year and 4 forced fumbles, which is one of the highest in the NFL. He was just a monster, not a dude that you want to see. He kind of screwed up when he was talking trash in his first playoff game against the GOAT and that solidified his fate right there. But leading up to that, Chase Young had an outstanding 2020 season, freshman year in the league. We'll see how his sophomore year goes. I think that he's got a very bright future ahead of him, just like Jair. But Chase Young will probably still be the best player in that team for a little while, at least the foreseeable future. And I think he'll probably remain one of the top 5 talents in the defensive NFL for a long time. So that's my number 4.
I put Shaquille Barrett as my number 4.
I like that pick.
I like a very consistent player.
Yes.
Big factor on his team when it comes to defense, I feel like. And I feel like one of those people that pulls that defense together. Very much a change if that man happened to leave at some point in time. So, overall, number 4 pick, Shaquille Barrett.
Nice. I
spells his name wrong. I'll give him that, but you go ahead.
I like the Shaq Barrett pick. Name wrong or not. Number 3, I put none other. It's funny that you had Shaq Barrett. I have Jalen Ramsey as my number 3. Had to put him, a fellow Jalen, of course. Did not have a great 2020, but to me, he's still one of the best corners in the NFL. Dude's just nasty. He's worked wonders since he got traded to L.A. He wanted to get the hell up out of Jacksonville. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But since he's been a Ram, he's been outstanding.
Just like a certain quarterback when his contract's over.
But yeah, Jalen Ramsey. What I like the most about him is definitely his trash talking. I like players that can trash talk and then go out and back it up. That is definitely the case with Mr. Ramsey there. So.
Not like a certain Steelers player who goes out there.
We won't mention.
Gets flattened. Talking shit.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey, man, you put him on your number 1 option out there, and he's going to lock them down completely. I think he's easily one of the top 3 corners in the NFL right now. So that is my number 3.
My number 3 is Myles Garrett.
Nice pick. I was highly considering putting him on my list, but I had to refrain.
I'm going to go ahead and commit to Myles Garrett. I feel like any team would be more than happy to accept this man as part of the defense. Do not care about all the other stuff going on, but like, you put that man out there, I will take him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a monster.
Exactly. What more do you want as part of your defense? I'll change the game so much for you as a team.
Oh, yeah.
Put that man on there, and that solves so many problems. I feel like having this man on your team, on your defense, takes away so much worries for you on the whole.
Yeah, and then you have to double team him because he's coming through. He's breaking through that line without a problem.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, double team him, just leave somebody else open on that field. People don't understand. Even though you don't get the sack or you don't get like this and that disruption, sometimes it's just as much of a stat as anything else.
Right, a hurry up, a knockdown.
Exactly. That's just solves things. And even just people doubling you up and having to put more players on you to keep you out of it, free somebody else up is a stat, I feel like, in and of itself that people don't appreciate. So
yeah, he's a monster. I might have mentioned on the show before, but I saw a video of him this offseason of him playing basketball. Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't understand a man his size is that agile and has ups. Jesus. If for whatever reason he decided to go play in the NBA, he would just body people without a doubt.
Scary human being to think of. Scary as hell.
Number 2, I put the Colts' finest, DeForest Buckner. Had to put the man, the myth, the legend. He has worked wonders for that franchise. 9.5 sacks, 26 hits on quarterbacks, and 30 QB hurries. This was without a doubt a steal for the Colts. They got him in that trade from the Niners. The Niners will probably say we don't miss him, but you probably have to say that. But I mean, the Colts just got an absolute robbery to get him. The dude is just a beast out there. He's probably the brightest spot on the Colts. Damn sure isn't Carson Wentz right now. I'll tell you that. DeForest Buckner, man, he's wish somehow we could have him on our squad, but it is what it is. Just the fact that he can go out there and be that nasty, that disruptive. Also another guy that kind of have to double team him. I love watching that guy play. So easily the brightest spot of the Colts, and kudos for them for even deciding, let's go ahead and bring him over here. And now they, of course, extended him out, so he'll be there for a long time. So Colts, thanks San Francisco for being boneheads.
Yep. I put Mr. Watt himself as my number 2 pick overall.
All right.
That's all right. Like the question of it, like this man himself, his dynasty leading up to it. I feel like this man is a disruption of and of itself. Made a name for him big enough that you will always keep an eye out for this man because he's going to come through and he's going to make an impact on it.
If he's available to play.
I mean, I will take the 2 games that he plays. I will put money out there to take the 1 or 2 games that he's going to play a season and commit to him.
I like JJ Watt. I really do. It's just a matter of, if I was going to just be honest here, I might rather have his brother TJ. Because his brother is always available.
All I'm saying is that coming from a person who's a fan of a team who pays a quarterback season to season because they are unsure what's going on, I am okay with that. Off the record, you good? All right, pay this man.
Yes, have a physical every single time.
Yes.
Number 1 easily is Aaron Donald. That dude is the monster. Just Hall of Famer, first ballot, no doubt. Like, he's just by far the best defensive player in the NFL right now. 13.5 sacks last year, 15 hits on the quarterback, 73 quarterback hurries. He's have to double him because he's coming through that line and just disrupting everything you got going on. So, yeah, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, my number 1's Aaron Donald, so I'm going to double whatever this man just said. This is a man who's going to make his impact no matter what. I don't care who you put on them. Look, it doesn't matter. The Hulk, Superman, I don't give a damn. You better put both of those fools on this Aaron Donald because he's going through and he's getting a quarterback at one point or another, so...
That's true. That'll do it for our top 5 defensive players. Let us know down in the comments if you want to throw in your top 5 right now, whether you're seeing this on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it might be. We're gonna switch it up. We usually go to a break right now, but we're kind of ahead, so I figured we can hit some of the news because the news is really disguised as just all the NBA free agency stuff right now, so it's kind of its own topic. So we'll do that, and then we'll break, and then come back with the AFC East breakdown. But anyway, a lot has happened in the past few days as far as NBA trades go, or just free agency moves have gone. So obviously the big one, Russell Westbrook being traded to the Lakers. He was traded for a Capri Sun, a pair of old Skechers, and Lakers gave up
and a hall pass.
The Lakers gave up Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and the 22nd overall pick,
and the whole front row.
So and then they also, of course, picked up. Carmelo signed a 1-year deal with them yesterday. Dwight Howard's coming back, and Trevor Ariza also signed a deal. That's what it was. They were missing their championship glue in Dwight Howard.
I cannot stand Dwight Howard as a person, as a player. I'm sorry. Cannot. For a man that talks as much shit as he does, stop the skill point to... It's a championship ring because of default. I'm sorry.
Okay. The Lakers getting a whole new band. Like, they probably have made the most, without a doubt, they made the most moves amongst any other team in the NBA right now. So they have a very, very different looking team. They are also the oldest team by far in the history of the NBA. Like, they have quite a bit of age on this team here between Carmelo, Dwight, Trevor Ariza, LeBron. Like, they've got some old dudes in there. A lot of ice on those knees after the games. But anyways, yeah. What do you think about all these moves that the Lakers have made?
I am a big fan of it. I feel like, I mean, the worst case scenario plays a big factor come late season, playoffs, long stretches. These guys are like, yo, I can't do this. But a lot of these guys have a lot of playoff experience.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to play. I feel like a lot of these guys are playing for the glory, the rings, getting the titles in. So they have a lot more motivation. Whereas some of these guys like, okay, maybe next season. I got a couple of years. These guys are like, yo, I don't know how much longer I'll be playing this game. I want my ring.
Right.
So I feel like they have a lot more to lose, a lot more motivation. So I'm a big fan of getting these talented, experienced players.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like finally, all right. Especially the Carmelo LeBron thing. That's always been, for the past 10 years, it's been, all right, when's Carmelo going to eventually join one of these LeBron super teams? And he's just never, for whatever reason, never come to town. But finally, the link has been made. And now, we'll finally get to see that play out. I don't know how exciting at this point in his career it'll be, but it's actually happening. But the banana boat is finally together. Yeah, I think the Russ move is kind of a head scratcher to me. I like it. I don't love it just because it's like,
I love it.
Yeah, it's another ball handler. You already have a ball handler in LeBron. Now you're bringing somebody else who needs, Russell Westbrook needs to have the ball. If he does not have the ball, he's not doing a damn thing on that court. So we'll see what happens there. But I think that will fare well for them in the regular season. Give LeBron a lot of break for games that he really has no, purpose being in. You can just let Russ run the show, and then come the playoffs. Presumably LeBron would be healthier because he didn't have to play as much. So. To me, it was more of a longevity health move to bring in Russ, but it frees him up a bit more.
I think of it that aspect too. Let's say during a long playoff stretches like that, LeBron takes a break off the court for playing 90% of the game. Put in Russ. He's of course not gonna be as good as LeBron when it comes to directing the game and everything like that, but it's a good step down from it. Russ may not win the game, but he may maintain the game. He may keep the game to where LeBron can handle it when he comes back into the game. LeBron does the comeback. It's all right, I had a 15-point lead when I left this. Now I'm down by 5. Now LeBron's all right, now I'm only about 5, and it's still manageable. So I feel like it's a good.
You're saying that for the postseason,
that postseason thing where he actually where you can actually put LeBron out of the game to rest and not be what damage is going to be done when I had to put LeBron back. Now it's kind of it's going to be manageable when LeBron comes back. Because Russell, I feel to a degree, can maintain the game. I want LeBron.
That is where the regular season, I think it won't be a problem. The playoffs, though, to me, that's the huge question mark. Because if you look at where Russell Westbrook historically has had problems at, it's usually in the postseason.
But he won't be getting he won't be 100% him, or it won't be in his hands.
Right.
So it's it's okay. Maybe that's what it needs to be done. Maybe Russ doesn't need to be playing as many minutes. Maybe he doesn't need to be the headliner come postseason. He just needs to be there to take the weight off of LeBron's shoulder. Put you in when LeBron is taking rest, so we at least have another facilitator when we have LeBron out.
And that's why it's, I guess, more of a question mark, because this is going to come down to, can Russ come to terms with, you are not going to be the guy. You're going to have to be maybe number 2 or number 3 or whatever you have to be on that given night. Maybe you're number 5. I don't know. If depending on how everybody else is playing, your role may be really minuscule in a certain playoff game. So it's that is completely not what he's been used to this entire career. Because even when he had Kevin Durant, he was still taking the most shots on the team, and it was whose team is it really? And then he leaves there. He's got James Harden. And there it was still a kind of a weird thing. So it's all right, you're here now. This is without a doubt your best shot to win a title. This is probably your last legit shot to win a title. You won't get another better situation than this.
But I think LeBron's a different personality than KD and James Harden. He's more of a we're gonna sit down day one. I'm gonna let you know what's happening day one type
right.
of person.
Without a doubt, it's just a matter of, well, is Russ going to listen? Because he strikes me as the kind of dude where if he doesn't want to listen, he ain't gonna listen to nobody.
Like, if I was over this team, I'm giving Russ a 1-year contract. And if you cannot get your shit right year one, don't consider it a re-signing. Go ahead and put yourself in free agency come off season, because this is going to happen. You have a 1-year contract, $30 million, whatever freaking money you want to take it for, and depending on how well you work out, because not a rookie, I don't have to sit there and invest in you and train you and get you used to the gameplay. You've been in the league long enough to know that you can adjust. You fuck around and mess up. Come the end of the season. My thing is, if you don't win championship, I'm gonna get rid of you. But if you're like the number one reason of why we don't win, like, I noticed you're being a ball hog, dude. What you want to do anyway?
Yeah.
Go ahead and depart.
Yeah, that's the. I don't know, when Russ averages these triple doubles, like when he for an entire season will average a triple double. If you notice, it's not on those teams where he has maybe Paul George. Paul George was probably hurt the whole year. It's not on the teams where you had Kevin Durant, James Harden. It's never those years. It's when he was on the low-life Wizards, when he was on the Thunder, when they had absolutely nobody there. And it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He's still average triple-double all year long. That's not easy to do. But that's when he's the main focus, when he can just drive to the lane, draw in a triple team, and then whoever, Steven Adams, Victor Oladipo cuts to the basket, and he can just hand it off for them. Easy layup. That's an easy assist for him. He's not used to, like, all right, there's AD sitting on the wing. Let me kick it out to him so he can hit a three. There's LeBron over there. There's Carmelo. Like, when he did have those opportunities, when he had James Harden, Kevin Durant, Carmelo. I just realized he's linking back up with Carmelo again. Huh. Anyway, when he had those guys, you're not really seeing him average triple-double. I don't know. We'll see if it works out, but I hope it does. I hope that he can get it through his thick skull. Listen, I don't need to drive to the damn hole every single time I have the ball in my hands or pull up and jack up this damn three. Yeah.
Unfortunately, when it comes to a lot of they feel like they need to be in the spotlight 24/7.
And he just strikes me as a dude. You just can't tell him nothing. Can't tell him nothing.
I'm sorry. Coaches would be screaming at him off the court, and then one boy's like, I still do his own thing at the end of the day.
I can't wait for his fight with the fans. He always has that every year. Like,
he does have a run-in with the fans once a year, yeah.
Because I feel like fans like to put his shit on blast, and the fans know he ain't shit sometimes. I like to tell him, and he's ignorant enough to think he's always in the right. So, of course, he gets abused for stuff he's probably in the wrong for.
Yeah, I mean, his run-ins with the fans in the past have been kind of uncalled for, but...
Yeah.
He's definitely going to inject some energy into the team. Definitely.
That's for sure, because, I mean...
I want to see the average LA Lakers ticket prices for the coming next season.
Oh, I'm sure they skyrocket.
I'm sure you will have to make a fortune to buy
it. You ain't watching Kyle Kuzma anymore.
You're watching AD, LeBron, Russell, Carmelo. You're watching a lot of highlight players.
Yeah.
You're putting a fortune down trying to watch any game at all.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, you could be watching. Look, it doesn't matter what kind of game you're trying to watch. You could put down a heavy set of money. A hot dog's gonna cost you $50.
On that same note, they did lose Alex Caruso. He went to Chicago. Sorry, Caruso. Andre Drummond, he went to Philly. I'm sorry. The funniest one out of all that was Andre Drummond. Man, Lakers fans are all, yeah, you got Drummond this year. Now gone. He was there for like 3 months. Played twice. Anyway, moving on from the Lakers. Good luck to them. I'm sure I have a feeling they'll do a lot better in the playoffs than they did last year.
Any worse than they would have made it to the playoffs altogether.
If they don't make it this year, that means everybody broke a leg.
I'm reversing the whole team. LeBron gone. AD gone.
Sell that banana boat right back down to
I'll
Miami.
go damn where y'all go, just not here. Sell y'all for a bag of potato chips.
Speaking of Miami, perfect transition. Your Heat making a lot of splashes in free agency. I wish my team would take notes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys traded Dragic and someone I've never heard of before. Apologize to you for Kyle Lowry from Toronto.
Very excited about that.
Picked up the veteran stud of a point guard.
Cannot compete with the Lakers, but I congratulate you for picking that man up because you will not be in a worst case scenario. If you bump into the Lakers, it's a done deal come postseason. But you know,
well, if that happens, he made it to the finals again. So. Bubble buddies.
Exactly. Bubble. They get swept 5-1 if you make the finals for Butter Buddy time. That one little needle to
yeah, you guys also signed PJ Tucker. So you get a dog. He was an absolute dog for Milwaukee. So bring a dude who's got some championship experience. That's who you guys brought in. So you got Lowry, championship experience. PJ Tucker, now he has some championship experience. Markieff Morris from the Lakers, you guys brought him in. He also has some championship experience. All right, Miami, I see what
was
you're
in the
doing.
finals.
Yeah, he was
Hero
there.
was in the final.
I'm talking about him. You guys also extended
The 4 games that people hype Hero of.
Yep. 4 games. You guys extended Duncan Robinson, so he'll be there long term. And then Victor Oladipo. Surprisingly, you guys also extended him long term.
Duncan Robinson, soft chin himself.
So how do you think your team did so far in free agency? Because it's still not over.
I love it. I'm very excited to come next season.
We're getting rocked.
We're getting rocked. As much as I hyped them up last season for doing really well, this season I mean it.
You were just capping last year, huh?
I can say that this season I mean it. They're gonna come nowhere near playoffs. About half the team's gonna blow out their knees.
I'm very impressed with them. I think the Lowry move was not a big upgrade over Dragic because he was outstanding for them for a long time, but he's a solid upgrade. Like, I think he just has a higher ceiling than Dragic. Like, Dragic, you know what you're gonna get. Probably 15 to 20 points on any given night. Lowry, on the other hand, he'll give you 15 to 40 points on any given night. Like, you're going to get at least 15, maybe 20 points, but then he'll have those games where he just pops off. And I don't know how. Maybe it's the Philly in him, but he can just go to another dimension and put 40 down.
Doesn't have the Philly in them? The Eagles.
They're still missing it. Yeah, so good job, Miami. My Celtics, I have absolutely no news to – nothing. There ain't nothing going on right now. So Brad Stevens –
y'all still together.
Yeah,
still a team.
Still have a team. Still is one up there.
Positive.
The Clippers. This is really just the Kawhi Leonard segment here, folks. We're in another inception realm of the Kawhi Leonard free agency. This is a strange man. He opted out of his player option year with the Clippers, so he's technically a free agent right now. He'll probably end up re-signing with them, but he just likes to be dramatic and do these weird, woke ways of negotiating where he just doesn't say anything. You're like, why the fuck would you opt out? Don't you just take this damn money and tell us you're coming back? Yeah. But, he's going to negotiate it his way. He's obviously not playing for 75, if not 100% of next year. So he'll probably end up getting paid to sit out this next year because it seems like this is how he's playing his cards. He'll get paid to sit out next year and then basically have the same option come next offseason of, well, I don't know, am I going to leave you guys or not? And then they can give him a fat contract. Like, Clippers, if I were y'all, don't come back. We ain't giving you nothing. You go out. Nah. Like, what the hell about to offer you $175 million and you're like trying to play
Nobody else is gonna offer you that type of money for. I mean,
so they call it Miami right now. They're like, we'll give you 200.
No one's doing the whole KD aspect of, you ain't get played worth a damn game next year, but we're gonna go ahead and give you all this money.
I bet you there's a bunch of teams that right now they'd be like, that's fine.
I mean,
sit out all next year.
If they don't have any all-stars, if you got a team that has no other big names that they're already paying out heavy money to, then yes.
Yeah, right.
Like
when if you can afford to.
Like when they did KD, it's kind of like
right.
They had the money and the cap space, so we're gonna pay you to sit here and do nothing. So
yeah, right. Maybe Dallas and Miami were kind of on the list right now. I don't know if that still stands.
I don't know if I don't see Miami having cap space
right at this point
to pay him with all the people they traded and picked up. They're putting out a lot of money, I already assume, for the people that they have. So
yeah, so we'll see. I doubt it. It sounds like he'll probably end up just coming back to LA. Makes the most sense for just him and everything else, but he's a weird dude, so even if it makes sense, it might not fucking happen. So probably will be there, but at the same time, hey man, everybody stay next to your phone, because if you see he ends up going to wherever, it won't be impossible for him to not come back to LA. Anyway, last but not least, NFL. Carson Wentz undergoes foot surgery after a training camp injury, will be out for 5 to 12 weeks.
What are they doing in training camp? We want you,
Carson Wentz. He's made out of tempered glass.
We want you to stop this SUV with your bare hands.
You're driving at 85 miles an hour, cross the fields, and go.
Stop there. Stop it, coach. Guy's leg folded up in the tire.
Yeah, 5 to 12 weeks. Now that's from now, but it sounds like he's probably gonna miss. I think it's up until like week 8-ish, basically almost the first half of the season. So maybe a little sooner.
Which I'm upset, because unlike NBA, first half of the season,
that's crucial.
I feel like most of the teams have been decided who's for sure not making it.
You can get buried in the first half of your year.
NBA, first half of the season is still too early. Until NFL, with only a 17-game season.
Yeah, every game is crucial.
And usually by then, it's only like a top 2 team battle of who's going to make it in and then who's trying to make wild card.
And the Colts specifically have a very tough first half of the year. They have Seattle, LA, Tennessee, Miami, Baltimore, Houston's a gimme, San Francisco, Tennessee again. Like,
I mean,
by Halloween, they could be out of the playoff picture.
In my opinion, a lot of those teams are going to lose for regardless of what's going to be there or not.
A lot of those games, it was like
you could be 100% healthy, and it would have been a 50-50. No, there's not going to be this a for sure toss-up, and they ain't winning shit.
Yeah, again, I don't know how he got injured. I guess maybe it was the SUV, but for him, a pin dropping could do it, because he's clearly not the most durable quarterback there is. As Philly fans,
that'd be that one-ply quarterback. It'd be all right.
But
and the rest of the season does not get. I guess a tad bit easier, but like
they still have their work cut out.
They still got like the Bills and the Bucks and the Titans again come for the rest of the season. So
yeah, they're in for a doozy right now. The rumor is they have, I can't remember his first name, but Easton is their backup right now. It does not sound like they're very up on him, because they're already looking. Could we go get? We know Phillip Rivers is retired, but I think Rivers has already said like he's open to the idea of coming back. They could bring back Old Man Rivers. Obviously, he already knows the team, already knows the playbook, familiar with the entire system. So it would make sense if you want to bring him back just for the first half, maybe even less. Maybe Wentz recovers a little faster and he can come back to come get smoked up by the Ravens. I don't know. You tell me, but maybe they bring back Old Man Rivers. Also, another quarterback that is currently on a team, but is a third stringer right now. Also familiar with taking Carson Wentz's job, Nick Foles. Could he come back? Frank Reich is in Indianapolis right now. He was Nick Foles' coach in Philly. they could reunite in Indianapolis and bust out Carson Wentz again.
It's just funny that you got all these washed up, injury-prone people battling for jobs.
I saw a Bears press conference where Nick Foles was talking on the idea of coming to Indianapolis. I've never in my life seen somebody who was already a member of another team sound so confident on going to another team. Usually people kind of dance around it and play diplomat. He was like, "Oh, I would love to go there. Oh man, Frank Reich, I miss Frank. Me and him do great work. If they want to come get," I was like, "Jesus, you might as well pack your bags right now." But
That's right, he got packed to sit in the trunk just in case somebody's like, they just called. He's like, "All right, bet I would drive."
That would be, I think, the safer option is just go get Old Man Rivers back. Let's keep it kosher.
Old Man Rivers.
But if they took Nick Foles back and basically pulled an Eagles 2.0 and had Nick Foles take his job again and watch him mess around and go win the Super Bowl too, like
It's them of all people in the Super Bowl. I'll be so upset out of all the other things going on. There's so many. About 90% of the league is more competent to win the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, whenever Foles takes over for Carson Wentz, history has shown 100% of the time he wins the whole damn thing.
For some odd reason. Everyone else forgets how to play football for some reason.
Yeah, so I don't know if the Colts want to do that. That might shatter whatever Carson Wentz has left inside of his brain if he gets his job stolen.
It would shatter my brain. So. It's like, what the hell? I'm doing everything wrong.
Yeah. We'll see what happens there. Good luck, Carson. Speedy recovery. And, yeah, that'll do it for the elongated news this week. We're going to take a break. Come back for the last segment, which is breaking down my division, the AFC East.
All right. See y'all.
And we're going to mute you. If you were starting a team right now, would you pick him as your starting point guard?
Yes.
Oh, I'm still taking Steph. I'm sorry.
No.
You think Russell Westbrook is a better point guard?
An all around better point guard.
How many rings does Russell Westbrook have?
How many rings does Steph have?
3.
I'm still taking.
Kevin Durant left this man because he said, "I can't win with you. I gotta go join somebody who can."
And then he left Steph again.
Well, I mean, it's Kevin Durant.
Yes.
But at the same time, since he's left, what has Russell Westbrook done?
You make a powerhouse team around Steph Curry. That man had help.
Before that, he had him. It was him, Draymond, and Clay.
Which is still a lot more than Westbrook had.
He had Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka.
You try to play with James Harden.
If a game is on the line, the last person on my list is Russell Westbrook because that shit is hard off the glass every single time. What are you saying right now, Ryan Brown? Is a beast. Yeah, he is a beast. That doesn't mean he's better than Steph Curry.
Yes.
Some do say that they think the coaching is the problem with that team, but I mean, maybe if you give him a great coach, maybe they'll hop up to like the 8th seed at best. Maybe they'll jump up 2 places or so, but nothing crazy.
Can't coach non-talent.
That's also true, man.
This is some a Disney movie where the Airbud comes and saves them from.
They do have a very interesting roster. I will say that.
Not just people like to talk. Mike Tomlin is probably the best thing to happen. One of the best things that happened to that team when it comes to coaching. Which other coach would you know would have tolerated all that? Think about it. Picture coaching Antonio Brown for more than one season at a time. And then picture coaching Juju on the same exact. My thing is like no other coach would have tolerated. You know, damn well this man is cussing them out in locker room every game.
Screaming at him.
Using all types of language, just screaming at him in the locker room to act right. You know this man do nightly call-ins. You home? All right, you got a game tomorrow.
He's a high school coach. He's got to call the night before. Hey, remember, we got to be at the airport, all right? 9 a.m.
Is that club music in the background?
Alex Rodriguez and Mark Lohr, 2 of them are in the process of buying the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards was asked about what he thinks about A-Rod now owning the team, and apparently he did not know who Alex Rodriguez even was. Very strange coming from him, who apparently played baseball for a big chunk of his life, and he's trying to convince people that he doesn't know.
Cool point, yeah.
I don't see your name on this checkbook.
What payroll?
Apparently they'll take full control from 2023, and they will also own the WNBA counterpart, the Minnesota Lynx, as well.
I feel like this Browns team has a different vibe, a more successful vibe than what you've seen in the past from them?
Nah, I think they're still the same Browns team out there every year. I think they're nameless great faces. The Browns is the Browns. I'm just happy we're playing them again, this Sunday. I'm just happy we're playing them again, The Browns is the Browns. I'm just happy we're playing them again, this Sunday. The Browns is the Browns.
Get him out of here, Chuck! The Browns don't beat the Browns! The Browns don't beat the Browns! And I'ma need that $40 even if I gotta fuck, suck, and swallow. Hit the parking lot cause
Welcome back, y'all, to this wonderful, delightful show. Hope y'all come back from break, get y'all snacks, y'all water. Like I said, welcome back. AFR, all three of us are still alive. I still have a pulse after them shots. We're all right. We're going to slide right into our next topic. We're going to break down this wonderful man's division of sorry, guys, bro. It's a rough process. The competitive division known as the Patriots, top of the leaderboards. Not anymore, but AFC East. So,
yes, we have done. We did the AFC North last week.
My division, y'all know my opinion.
Yeah. So you saw that front and center.
See Jalen's. We'll start from basically saying who had the best overall draft off season.
Right.
And then we go into each other's schedule and seeing who you think will make it out of the division, basically.
Yes. Who did you have at your number 4 when it comes to off seasons?
My number 4, if I look through properly, my number 4 is going to be y'all.
Proceed.
For a team that could probably have a lot of things that need to be done with the team, on a whole, I feel like y'all could have done just so much better on working on through. Just being honest.
You were not impressed with the moves that we made?
Not at the most. I mean, yes, it's better than a lot of teams what they have done for the thing. Just when it comes to what y'all competition, what y'all know, what y'all got up against. There's a lot of teams y'all division on the come up.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that already beat y'all last season in your division. So
yeah,
Like I said, y'all could have done so much better. I feel like y'all gonna fall about just in the same spot y'all did last season.
My God.
To be honest, Cam's bet numbers are gonna look better, but by default, the rest of y'all team's still gonna.
Yikes! Yeah, I have a lot higher than number 4. Number 4 for me was Miami. The Dolphins had a great year last year. With that being said, like they were a game away from going to the playoffs. Should have went to the playoffs, but somehow, somebody just could not have figured that one out. But with that being said, you think they would make the right adjustments to correct that? And they just did not have a very good offseason. They had a confusing one. They did get Will Fuller from Houston. They also picked up Jacoby Brissett, which are 2 great additions to the team, especially Will Fuller. He'll be a great wide receiver for Tua. But, yeah, the Dolphins let go of a lot of players that they probably should have kept. Kyle Van Noy, he left to go back to us. So not only did you just lose one of your best linebackers, but he goes to a divisional rival. Gachu also left to come to New England. Again, another guy that goes to a divisional rival. Matt Breida went to Buffalo, another rival of yours. Yeah, and then it seems like everybody that left the team, if they didn't end up within the division, went to another AFC team just in general. On top of that, obviously the verdict is still out for Tua. This will be his 2nd year. This is a very crucial year for him because it kind of will show the Dolphins, all right, is this our guy of the future or not? Because now he's going to be starting from week 1, so it's going to be like, all right, you're on the clock now, so we want to see what you can really do. They do not have Fitzpatrick anymore, so that security blanket's not there. Jacoby Brissett is a damn good backup quarterback. I mean, he's a good quarterback in general, but Fitz is not there anymore. So you had him with all the experience. He was there for a few years. He's very familiar with the system. Tua, you got to succeed now, man. So we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I think they screwed up having what they could have had. They kind of screwed it up by not bringing in or just retaining what they had last year. So, yeah.
Okay. For number 3, I had the Dolphins. I feel like they could have done better. I feel like they got too comfortable in the position that they are. It's like, okay, we're a competitive team now. We're going to can't stop there. There's so much more room for y'all to grow as a team. Just because y'all are fighting remotely competitive and almost made playoffs. And maybe there's some internal problems with these players that we don't know of. This is why they let them go. So, like I said, there's a lot behind closed doors.
Yeah,
but
sounds like something weird is going on.
Yeah, something else is going on that we don't know about, why they would let go of people they need, especially the fact that these players went to places that are directly competitive to the teams they left.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they could do better, but try to be better than the Patriots, generally technicalities, but like I said.
I don't understand it, but okay, it's all right.
It's all right.
On my list. Number 3, I put the New York Jets. They made some significant strides in their endless rebuild that they seem to always be in. They, of course, traded away Sam Darnold. God bless him. Finally set that man's soul free. Sam Darnold, you are free of the New York Jets, my guy. God bless. They did, of course, draft Zach Wilson, the new face of the franchise. I think he's going to be great. They also picked up Tevin Coleman from the 49ers. They picked him up in hopes that he can actually stay healthy for them. I mean, I don't know, maybe the difference in coasts, going from West Coast to East Coast, that'll be easier on his joints or something. He'll stay healthy. I don't know. They also, speaking of the 49ers, new head coach. They got Salah, their defensive coordinator. He will be their head coach now. I think he's also going to be great, probably bring in a new regime, new voice for the New York Jets, which will work wonders from he who will not be named. Yeah, they also tried to upgrade their offensive line. They wanted to get Joe Thuney, but they got Dan Feeney instead. He's okay. He's just not Joe, so, it is what it is. But, yeah, the Jets made 2 big splashes, new head coach, new franchise quarterback. The rest of the moves were just all right, so I'll give it to the Jets at number 3.
Well, number 2 are the Jets. Generally because new quarterback, new fresh face, wanted to prove himself. He's going to go out there and play hard as he can be to show that either one, I'm too good to be here, or two, I can lead this team anywhere I want it to be. Like you said, they tried to improve the offensive line. They're like, maybe if you change it up a little bit, maybe it'll work.
Sam Darnold got his head torn off.
Exactly. Different combination of players, different people. Maybe they work better together in hopes to protect their quarterback and move on up. So I'm like, it's an attempt to show that they're trying to move to a target of better offensive line, better quarterback. Not better, but like different quarterback in hopes to
better, yeah.
And overall chemistry. Better.
We'll see.
We'll see. Better chemistry in hopes that everything works out well for them. So I'll give it to the Jets. I'm not going to say they do great. I'm just saying they could do some great moves on their end.
Yeah. Number 2, I did put the Buffalo Bills. The Bills had a similar approach to the Browns this offseason. Had a ton of success last year and knew that they didn't need to make a bunch of wholesale changes. They locked down Micah Hyde for 2 more years. They got Matt Milano. They got the dudes from Miami, like I just mentioned before. They picked up Mitchell Trubisky to back up Josh Allen. They also got Emmanuel Sanders, a nice veteran weapon for Josh Allen. That was a huge move by them to go secure him. They didn't do anything, not the huge splashes like the Jets made, or of course my Patriots made, but just made the minor adjustments they needed to tweak themselves from being a huge playoff threat to now a Super Bowl contender. Like I said, similar to Cleveland. So I give the Buffalo Bills the number 2 spot. Shaq, I'm assuming Buffalo is your number 1 by default.
Absolutely. Sometimes less is more. Not all the time do you got to be making these big extravagant moves to make a big impact. If you look at the Bucks,
right.
I'm saying sometimes you found something, it works really well. You tweak just a tiny bit, and look at you shining at the diamond you are as a team. Okay, championship caliber. You got a handful of people in your way. We already know the threats that you have. Perfect.
Fair enough. For my number 1, I of course put my New England Patriots at the top of the off-season division. Old Bill finally got out that old dusty checkbook.
Bill.
He started getting dudes paid this past summer. I guess he probably just got scared last year. He's got probably woken up every single night after January passed and just night terrors of 8, 9, 98. No.
Subway.
Bill Belichick finally took out some of that Subway money and started shelling it out. Patriots fans, that we've got one of the most frugal sons of. We are not the team that will go out there and spend a bunch of money in free agency, but this year we finally changed that and signed a bunch of dudes. Number 1, we drafted our quarterback of the future, Mac Jones. I was not too hot on him, but now he's ours. So, Mac Jones, you're going to do great, buddy. We're here for you. We brought back Cam after we told him to go kick rocks just last year.
Rocks, just here. Kick rocks here.
Right, that's what we meant by it.
He bought you rocks to kick.
So he'll be a great placeholder until Jones is ready to go. And now Cam has had a full, healthy offseason. There's no more of this. He was rehabbing from his Carolina injury. He is not only familiar with the system, but he has this whole offseason to actually use it as an offseason, not a rehab. So I think we're going to see Cam have a much, much better year this season. We got rid of those god-awful tight ends that I won't even bother bringing up the names of. We signed Hunter Henry. We got Jonnu Smith. Hunter Henry is going to be a stud. He was a stud for the Chargers. He's going to be a stud right here in New England. Jonnu Smith, same thing. We got, like I said before, Van Noy. We took him right back from the Dolphins. Said, hey, if you don't want him, we'll take him back. We also got Matt Judon. Hightower is coming back. He sat out last year due to COVID. He'll be back. He's a one of the best players we have on defense. And then, of course, we drafted the monster out of Alabama. We stole him in the draft, Christian Barmore. So we have a bunch of dudes that we just went out and picked up because Bill specifically got scared silly last year and said, listen, I do not want to end up in the same predicament that I was in last year. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sign everybody we possibly can. We did have a couple iffy moves when we, signed Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne, but we'll see. They could have a couple big games, which I think they will, but they'll probably just be, whatever. The rest of the guys I just mentioned, though, without a doubt, I think they're going to be big time for us. So to me, it was no question. Patriots were the top of my offseason. And I want to mention we have Jaden Dude here in the chat saying hi. Today is his birthday. Let's go ahead and give a little clap up for Jaden. Jaden, big fan of the show. Shout out to him. A happy birthday, my guy, holding it down. See, folks, if you want to be a fan of the show, that's who you're competing with right now. So
then we acknowledge this man's birthday. We know this man is a tier committed fan to the show. What y'all doing?
Yeah, what are you doing right now?
What y'all watching? Not Joe Rogan. I know that.
Not Joe, yeah. Exactly. You're here right now. So you can't possibly be. Yeah, shout out to Jaden here on his birthday. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the
schedules.
Yes, let's hit some schedules. Shaq, who would you like to do first?
You want to start with your wonderful Patriots?
Yes, we will do my team first. Now I went ahead and already penciled in the teams that we've done in the past. So that way we don't contradict ourselves. Anyway, yeah, we'll take it from the top. So, New England Patriots, week 1 at home against the Dolphins.
Is this at Miami or at New England?
In New England.
In New England, I'll say they win this one. They beat the Jets also because it's Jets, and they beat New Orleans for some odd reason. Catch an L to the Bucks, and they lose against Houston. They win against Dallas. They win against the Jets. They catch an L to LA. They win against Carolina. Sorry, Carolina. Sorry to our wonderful other partners on the show. They beat Cleveland. They beat Atlanta. They catch an L to Tennessee.
Okay.
They catch an L to Buffalo. They beat Indianapolis. They catch a fat L to Buffalo again.
Okay.
They beat Jacksonville. And they catch an L to Miami.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was going 10 and 7. Not bad. Okay, my prediction here a lot more positive. At home against Miami, win. At the Jets, win. At home against the Saints, win. Hosting the Gronkaneers, L. At the Texans, dub. Come on. Hosting the Cowboys, dub. Hosting the Jets, dub. At the Chargers, I just don't see us winning that one. I don't know. Just weird. At the Panthers, sorry, Nori, but we're winning that one. Versus the Browns at home, I see we lose that one. I don't know. Another one of those weird games. It'll be tight, but the Browns, I think, just pulled that one out. At the Falcons, dub. Hosting the Titans. If this was on the road, I'd predict a loss, but since we're at home, I think it's going to be a tight, down to the wire game. Great game. I say we beat them. At the Bills, we lose that one. At the Colts, I think we win that one. Hosting the Bills, we win that one. At home against the Jags, win that one as well. And then we finish out the season at Miami. Historically, we would lose that game. Usually we lose that game when Tom Brady's our quarterback, but he's not here. Cam Newton doesn't give a damn about some warm weather. We are taking that one on the road against the Dolphins. So I have us going 13-4. Okay. Moving along. Let's go to Miami. All right, Jack.
Miami. They play.
Yeah, you have them losing that first one, of course.
Yep. At Buffalo. L to Buffalo.
Okay.
I see them beating LA.
Oh, you mean Vegas?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's the second weekend.
Second weekend already.
I'm like, where's LA?
Yes, I see them beating the Colts.
Gotcha.
Catch L to the Bucks, of course. They beat Jacksonville.
By the time we get to Jacksonville, they're gonna have nothing but L's on their schedule.
Yes, absolutely. They beat Atlanta. They lose against Buffalo.
Yikes.
Houston's always up in the air for me type of team.
They aren't for me, I'll tell you that much.
They beat Houston. I feel like some weeks inside the ball and get like some 500 yards passing for some odd reason. They beat the Jets.
Okay.
Skip Baltimore, of course. I don't know, of course, but they beat Baltimore for some odd reason.
Yeah, you did have Baltimore losing that game.
They beat Carolina. Carolina's got to be another team, nothing but L's throughout the whole entire season.
Yeah, I'm positive you only had them win 3 games this year, so.
Yes. They beat the Jets. They beat New York again. Yeah, New York Jets. They catch an L to New Orleans. They catch an L to Tennessee. And what is it? I think
they have win that one. Yeah. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See them 11-6. Yeah, that sounds about right. 11-6.
As you can see, this is gonna be some more of a competitive division than our past divisions.
Miami for me. Bear with me, folks. All right, so like I said before, at New England L, hosting the Bills. I think I put this the other way around. Hosting the Bills, they should lose that one. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, sorry, I had it right the first time. Yeah, hosting the Bills, they win that one. At Las Vegas, they lose that one. Again, Vegas early in the season, dangerous. Playing the second half of the year, don't worry about them. Versus the Colts, dub. At Tampa, like I said in the Tampa one, I think they come up here and just bomb them real quick and then shoot back down to 75 and act like they never were here. The Jags, they win that one. I don't know why I left that one blank, but they left that one. Atlanta, dub. At Buffalo, L. Versus the Texans, dub. Versus the Ravens at home, say they win that one as well. At the Jets, say they lose that one. That's divisional rival right there. Versus the Panthers, L. Hosting the Giants, dub. Hosting the Jets, dub. At the Saints, dub. In the last 2 games of the season, I say they lose. At Tennessee and hosting the Pats, which would leave them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just want to make sure 10-7 in my book. All right, we will go to Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
Yes,
I say this. It hurts my face, but they beat Pittsburgh. They beat Miami.
Pretty sure you haven't beaten them both times, so let's put that in there.
Beat Washington. He beat Houston. They catch an L to Kansas. They catch an L to Tennessee.
Eesh.
They beat Miami. They beat Jacksonville. Beat the Jets. Beat Indianapolis. Beat New Orleans.
You haven't beaten us twice.
Yes. They beat Tampa. They beat Carolina.
Beat us again.
Yep, and beat Atlanta. So
they will lose 2 games. So some high stakes. High stakes there for Shaq's Bills on this one. So 15-2. That's weird to think about. All right.
Such a weird number of a winning record of 15-2.
Yeah. I'm still used to 15-1. All right. For me, I'm very similar. Beat the Steelers at the Dolphins. I say they lose that one early in the year. hot. It's hot as September in Miami. Yeah, y'all just gonna get hit with a heat wave. I say you just drop that game.
About 605 degrees.
Hosting Washington dub, hosting the Texans dub at Kansas City Sunday night. I think they right their wrongs, get their vengeance against the Chiefs from the playoffs last year. At the Titans, I think they lose that one. Hosting the Dolphins, beat them. Hosting the Jags, at the Jags, beat them. At the Jets, beat them. Hosting the Colts, win. At the Saints, win. Versus my Patriots, win. At Tampa, win. Versus the Panthers, win. At New England, L. Hosting the Falcons, dub. At the Jets, hosting the Jets, dub. So 14-3 for me. Only 3 losses coming to 2 within the division, New England, Miami, and then the Titans is their 3rd loss. So, yeah, Buffalo's seem to be set up for a hell of a year. Last but probably least, the New York Jets. Shaq, go right ahead so far.
With the L to Carolina. Did I really catch that L to New England?
You probably do.
Yes, L to New England. I think it'll win a game. I say it's a dub to Denver.
Okay, giving them a little credit. Denver fans everywhere are crying.
They should be crying anyway. And L to Tennessee, L to Atlanta, L to New England again.
Okay.
L to Cincinnati for some odd reason. I give them a dub to Indianapolis versus Indianapolis.
Wow.
And L to Buffalo. And L to Miami, if I'm not mistaken. L to Houston. L to Philly. L to New Orleans.
At Miami.
L.
Yikes.
L to Jacksonville. Don't see that. L to Tampa and L to Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, Zach Wilson. Welcome to the New York Jets. So they have basically the same year as last year, 2 wins.
Just because they made great offseason move does not guarantee them to make great season the year after. It just means they made an attempt.
It's pretty unfortunate for them. All right. My predictions for the Jets. All right. So at Carolina, loss. Hosting my Patriots, loss. At the Broncos, loss. Hosting the Titans, loss. Versus Atlanta, dub. At my Patriots, L. Hosting the Bengals, L. At the Colts, L. Hosting the Bills, L. Hosting the Dolphins, dub. Little divisional game, why not? At the Texans, dub. Hosting the Eagles, dub. Because I have the Eagles, I think, winning 2 games next year. So, yeah.
And what?
Hosting the Saints, L. At the Dolphins, L. Hosting the Jags, dub. Hosting the Bucks, of course, L. At the Bills, L. So I have them going 5-12 this year. So a step up, a few steps up from last year. So, hey, Jets fans, you're slowly working your way up the rebuild ladder in my book. But I could easily be wrong. You can have Shaq's here.
In about 5 more years, y'all be competitive.
So, with all that being said, playoff-wise, who do you think? Well, you both have the Bills winning the division. I don't think you have. Will you think 10-7 for the Patriots? Do you think that's a wild card spot, or do you think they miss the playoffs again?
I think they fall just short of playoff spot.
Roger that.
Yes.
So, for the Bills, how far do you think they go in the playoffs?
I say just right before the Super Bowl, they will fall short to an L.
So you think they make it the same as last year, AFC Championship?
AFC Championship, and then for some odd technicality, somebody figures something out. The run game gets shut down completely, and
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because I have my Patriots have a much better record in my book. I think they will be a wild card team, and I think we'll probably make it to the divisional round and then get knocked out then. The Bills, on the other hand, like you said, I see them returning to the AFC Championship game, and by default, because last week I said the Browns will also be there, so I think the AFC Championship game this year will be Bills-Browns. I won't say who makes it out, but I think that that's going to be the outcome for who makes it that far. So, change of the guard. Kansas City, I think your days are numbered right now.
By default, I don't want the Browns to make it, but like, but if the Browns make it, that means
right. Yeah, that will do it for our AFC East breakdown. Next week we'll be doing another one. We're down to just the AFC South and the AFC West at this point. So, yeah, we have knocked these out week by week. Before we get out of here, is there anything else you wanted to mention, Shaq?
Make smart choices, avoid red flags, and know what you want and stick to it. So,
folks, if you could just clip these little segments from the past, 3 weeks.
They've been sure they were slowly declining over the past 3 weeks. It started off at ladies. I'm off the market to avoid red flags as much as you can.
From off the market. It has been a long or short journey, really.
In all a matter of 3 weeks. So doing this shit. This is not a reflection of me or my character.
A lot can happen, folks, in the matter of less than a month.
Sure. A lot has happened probably from the first week and the second week of the show happening. It's a lot has happened.
Yes.
And this third week is me been postponing what happened those first 2 weeks.
We just need a season to start again.
Yeah,
football. That's what it is. Football season.
Right.
The lack of football season has caused the decline of.
Right. This is what happens with too much free time.
Sports off season caused my off season, so by default.
Well, not to worry, because tomorrow, in case you guys don't know, Hall of Fame game, aka the first preseason game of the year, between your Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowgirls. Okay.
And we'll lose. So.
Mark your or set your alarms, folks. I think it's 8:00 tomorrow night.
Till about 5 minutes after the game ends, you go and set your alarms at that.
I will be watching probably the first 2 snaps and then declare it.
Wake up and watch the highlights.
The highlights. Yeah, that's what's going on tomorrow. And then I think Saturday's the actual Hall of Fame ceremony. So to me, that sounds more compelling than the damn game. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that will do it. We're finally hitting preseason as soon as tomorrow. I mean, we'll probably have little to nothing to say about the preseason. But anyway, folks, you already know what it is. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, right there.
Right
there.
Somewhere over there. It takes me a second,
I knew to go this side for once. Yeah, at AFR Sports on both platforms. We will talk to you all next week, and yeah, that'll do
the riveting preseason updates.
Yes. We'll see y'all.
Peace.